Welcome back to Where Pilgrims Walk. Richard, big Plymouth fan, says, forget all this talk of a striker. Oseni can now clearly score. He needs to start. We've got goals in this team, but we need to get a couple of class defenders in. Defence sorted, and this team is getting results. No question. A fresh back from Lincoln are Chris and Rhys back with us to talk about that particular problem. We're also talking about Alex Mitchell signing from Charlton. Is that going to solve all our problems? And some of the fans have been a little bit irked by Tom Cleverley's post-match interview at Lincoln. They've got their heads scratching. We're going to pose those problems to Chris and Rhys. Thank you very much for joining us on the quickest and one of the most comprehensive Plymouth reviews there is on the internet. Thank you very much for watching last week. If you're back this week and didn't press the subscribe button, it'd be amazing to have you on this little journey with us. Right, Chris, how was first of all, how was the away day in Lincoln? Nice city? Get to see the cathedral?
It was really nice, Mark, to be fair. I heard good reports about it. I didn't see an awful lot of the city apart from the Wetherspoons. It was all good. Yeah, it was a good trip up and it was a good trip back. There's always the 90 minutes in between.
Yeah, brilliant. Right, let's explore the 90 minutes then, Rhys. I mean, lots of fans were saying, look, there's no good starting to play when you're 2-0 down because, it's the same old story. But we saw in the cup, and we saw against that you can score goals. So, does it give you a bit of hope?
It does. It gives a little bit of hope. Hopefully, Cleverley now sees that actually the changes he made at half time and just in the second half, which conveniently with the players who performed well on whenever it was Tuesday, maybe they need to be starting. I think there's a few fitness issues there with like Benarous probably can't start 2 games in a week. I mean he hasn't played in 3 years, has he? But I think there's certainly there's glimmers of hope, isn't there? When you're 3-0 down, you come back to 3-2. Appreciate it's still a loss, but it's got to give them attacking players a little bit of confidence. While defence still has its inability to do what defence should do and defend.
Let's have to dig out some Cleverley criticism this week, Chris, if that's okay, because we try and reflect all views. Here's one from Yeovil voter, and whilst he's been badly let down by the transfers and a small squad, he still picks Paulson in a back 4, which is peak Rooney. Just how many do we have to concede before he switches to a plan B formation whilst he waits for signings? Is that poster got a point, Chris?
Well, he has, especially after Saturday's performance, to be fair. Paulson played on Tuesday against QPR and he's a whole lot better than he has been. But unfortunately, on Saturday, he went back to his worst. He was at fault massively for the first goal. When he's in a left-back position and there's balls in the air to be won, he won it. But what did he do? He distributed it back into the centre of the attack for Lincoln, who had an easy opportunity to go through with nobody on him and score a goal at will. You don't header a ball like that. You put it out of play or put it up the byline. It's simple. But no, he decided to header it back right into the forward's foot. So he was off at half time. He was the What was strange, he was our captain. Never saw anyone come on the pitch in the second half with the armband. So I think we're lacking a leadership somewhere.
Only in Argyle. The other bit of frustration from his interview, Rhys, was the fact that he Cleverley seemed to talk about this team alone confidence, and he's been quoted as saying, "Look, it's because of things happened last year," and lots of people pointing out and scratching their heads, going, "Just hold on 1 second." Most of these players are new. They weren't hurt. There should be no hangovers. This was a post. Steve says it's very strange to blame low confidence on what happened last season, considering we made a few signings at the start of the season and many players have left since January. On transfer fees, and of course, actually, you had a decent end to the season, didn't you? Doing very well apart from that Leeds game.
Yeah, I think the low confidence probably isn't from last season. I think that's probably a brand new squad being pulled together. They probably don't. I mean, I don't know if any of them have really played with each other in other clubs before. And I think it probably stems that way more than last season. I don't think last season you can't blame that when you've got. Was it Chris last week you mentioned 17 players have gone and now only 11 have been brought in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we
I
left
don't.
today.
Yeah, I don't think that can be attributed to last season, but I do think a brand new squad, and you've got the start we've had this season, and this pre-season wasn't great. There was only four competitive games, and let's be honest, two of them were against a lot lower league opposition. Well, Truro, the way it's going, Truro will be only a division below us next season. But I think you've got to look at probably that being the more impact at the moment.
Okay. Chris, do you agree? I mean, it's you can't be blaming last season for anything on this squad, can we?
No, not at all, Mark. I mean, they've got a gel, that's for sure. It takes a while. Like we just saying, we signed 10 players and we've just got another one in today. Desperately need players. Desperately got to get things over the line. We've got to get that spine sorted, as I suggested last week. Nothing's changed. We've got a centre half coming in today. Lovely, happy with that. We've got to get it at striker and ideally another goalkeeper because he's not fit for purpose at the moment. But Cleverley is up against it, and it appears that we've got too many people at the moment with inexperience behind the scenes also, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I think going back to the formation thing, I had an argument with someone on Saturday on Twitter going we should be playing a back three, which, yeah, probably should be with Poulsen there. But what other options does he have? He has two fully fit centre-backs. He has Galloway, who's made of glass. He can't take too many risks on these players. He hasn't got an other option other than Poulsen to start with, anyway. He brought Galloway on, who managed to come through 45 minutes, which was a miracle for him. But I don't know what he's meant to do,
To be fair, Rhys, you're right. I mean, that back four picked itself, and having seen them on Tuesday, you would have done the same. That back four,
Yeah,
those played quite well. I know you got
I
to
think
up against, but they played well on Tuesday. And
I think the only one I was surprised was Benarouz not being in there. But again, he's not played for 3 years on a trot. He probably can't play Saturday, Tuesday, and I think we're Tuesday this week and Tuesday next week. So you've got to rotate a little bit there. But
I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him start. If I'm honest, I'd love to see
Yeah.
Tegan given an opportunity to start as well.
Yes, so defensive frailties of where it's obviously been at, and of course, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Alex Mitchell, Rhys, is through the door. It's going to probably feature a lot this season at that centre half position for you. Decent signing.
He's come out of nowhere. I mean, there was rumours of a Celtic defender. There's been rumours of, I think we've been linked with every single player in the entire league and the way it's going, and everyone else is beating him and stuff. But it's come out of nowhere. Looking at his stats, I mean, he was only announced 10 minutes ago, but he played 30 odd games for Charlton last season. I mean, they had a cracking season, didn't they? So, I mean, if he's got himself out of this league once, it's the calibre of player that you would have wanted a signing from where I'd go this season. You didn't want him to be going after what we've gone after, but he's I think 23-year-old. He'll have aspirations of playing the Championship. I think it's exactly what we needed, to be honest.
Yeah, Chris, happy?
Oh, without a doubt, Mark, 100%. Yeah, we need that. The guile at the back. We're lost Worridu now for tomorrow. Unfortunately, I think those 2 yellow cards was unfair for the lad. So Alex Mitchell coming in, it's desperate times, and unfortunately, when you're doing business with 2 weeks to go, other clubs know it, and the prices start rising, don't they? With with transfers and things. So it's nice to get a loanee over the line.
Brilliant. Right, home park doubleheader awaits us then. Leyton Orient at the same time this video will probably going out Tuesday night, and then Blackpool come down on Saturday. They're quite heavily favoured, Blackpool, to do well, weren't they, this season with Steve Bruce, who hasn't quite started well for them. I mean, Chris, what's the minimum that should be taken from these two?
I've got to say 6 points, Mark, if I'm honest.
Right.
We've got to start making Home Park a fortress. We had some great games at Home Park last season, and we've got to continue with that. Again, we've only played the once at Home Park so far, Barnsley, which was a comedy of errors. 3 goals, 3 errors. We've got to eradicate those errors. Tom knows that. You can put the players out, but then it's over to them, isn't it? And when they're doing stupid things like they did the last time, they got to learn from that, and hopefully they will quick, and they'll start tomorrow night. They proved they could do it last Tuesday, so let's hope the fans get behind them tomorrow, as they will on Saturday if we get 3 points tomorrow.
Brilliant. Okay. Rhys?
Yeah, I think for me it's 4 points. I think I'd love 6 points, and I think like Chris said, I think you want to try and make it fortress, and I think you look at the Huddersfield, not Huddersfield game. Who did we play? Barnsley. That was weird. Um, Barnsley, we were all over them, and on another day could have scored so many goals if we had a number 9 in there, or the way it's going if we had a Seni playing. Same against QPR, we were all over them, and it was 2 silly mistakes. You get out rid of those mistakes, and you suddenly start putting away the goals. It's gonna click in a minute, and it's. I know there's a lot of negativity around the club, and there's a lot of frustration towards the board, and yeah, we've not had a good enough summer, but there is a team there. There is something that's going to get going in a minute, and with a few additions, if we can get Alex Mitchell, if he comes out good and he start, I don't think there's much other option if he has to start tomorrow night. I think things can start turning the corner quite quickly. It's just trying to. And 2 home games, you can't ask for a better back to back, can you? Really, and get put 2 performances together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just hope you don't go 1-0 down within 10 minutes tomorrow against Leyton Orient.
You can take 90% possession, 1-0 down.
It's strange, really, because you got Owen Oseni, who had a stormer last Tuesday. He scored 2 great goals, and we didn't start him. We started with Ben Papel. So it was some strange decisions going on Saturday, but Tom knows what he's doing. And
I think he's trying to trust the players on paper who've got the experience, not necessarily the ones that are in for or showing some sort of form. And I think Oseni, he scored 2. Well, his first is a cracking goal, and his second goal is a really good number 9 goal.
Well, he scored 3 goals in 2 games now, so you think he's champing at the bit. So
yeah.
True. Right, let's get him in. Let's get Mitchell in, and let's start this Plymouth season. It can't carry on like this, can it? There's a Mick McCarthy videos coming up there. Right, other topics this week. Then I'll start to look at the transfer window and just players that we really should say goodbye to, who've been long servants, and also players that we can't you'd have driven themselves to their new clubs. Let's have a look at the long list. I think, as you mentioned last week, Chris, we're into big double figures here. The first question is, of course, in terms of the fees you've reported been given for, obviously, Maxi €2 million and Ryan Hardy going to Wrexham just short of $1 million. Rhys, do you think there's a fair reflections of those individual qualities?
We've been absolutely robbed this summer, but I guess that's what you have to do. I don't particularly agree with the transfer, but I sort of do see you've got to have release clauses in. They're going to protect themselves, aren't they? I think I said the end of last season when we were doing one of these, and we said about we only had 4 players out of contract, and I wish it was more. I wish we hadn't lost this many. A few of them I'm not too bothered about seeing the back of. Beidou, we never really saw the front of him, let alone the back of him. And Al-Haj, I'm not really particularly bothered by. There's a few there. Hardy hurts, Randall hurts.
Yeah.
And I think you're not surprised with Maxi in a World Cup year. He was never going to stay with us, was he? So I think we could have got more money for them, but you would have had to stay up for that, I think.
Okay. Chris, which one here hurts the most, and which one you were personally glad to see the back of?
Oh, I was personally glad to see the back of Rami Al-Haj and Beidou. But Beidou's still only on loan, and we would have had our pants pulled down with what we probably got paid for Rami Al-Haj. We was never going to get back what we paid, which was £800,000. We would be lucky to get nearer to 2 or 3, I would imagine. Beidou, will we get anything like what we paid for him? Not a chance.
Isn't there a sell-on, an agreement, isn't there?
What for? Who for?
In principle, they've got to buy him in the season for the price that we paid for him.
What, Rami Al-Haj?
No, for Beidou.
Beidou, okay. I'll take that.
There's a significant loan fee, and we make back the money we made. So somehow we made a profit on the lad.
Oh, really? But yeah, the same can't be said for Rami Al-Haj. We would have lost on him having paid 800,000. So and we sold it for an undisclosed fee for an obvious reason. We've been at our pants pulled down with him. But the ones that I'm sad to see go is Ryan Hardy, proven goal scorer, lovely lad, and but he wanted championship football. Is he going to get championship football with all the forwards that Wrexham signed?
Yeah.
Probably not, having just paid, was it 14 million for, is it Norwood from Ipswich?
Broadbent, isn't it?
Broadbent from Ipswich, and Kiefer Moore. So they're just starting attackers. It ain't going to be Ryan. So we could be in the low market to have him back in January.
Okay. Brilliant. Let us know in the comments whether you agree with what the team here have said. And also, this starting from this week, we're looking at all the Plymouth shirts, as we mentioned last week. We'll start with the home shirt, if that's okay. Where does this rank in terms of your top three favourites? I mean, let me preface it by saying I am well aware there's not much you can do with an Argyle home shirt. It's green and white, and that's about it. But in terms of the design, Rhys, does this one, go up there or not?
It's growing on me. I did like it from word go, and then you see it in person, and actually it does look. It looks really nice. I haven't got it yet, but I'm waiting on to see what the third kit does. But I do highly rate it. I think it's a nice shirt. It's a nice colour. I think we change our colour every year ever so slightly, and I've done some really nice shirts the last couple of years. But no, I think it's nice. I think it's a nice retro spin with the old badges all within the lighter green areas. So yeah, I like it.
Okay, Chris, are you a man for a collar?
Yeah, I am very much so, Mark. I think it's a great shirt, and I love the fact, like Rhys said, it's embossed with 4 of our badges that we had from back in the 50s right up to present day on the shirt, and I like the actual shape cream as well. So you won't be surprised to know that I've got that one. Yeah.
You could have worn it, or wouldn't you just put a picture up? There we go.
I decided as an away game on Saturday, I'd stick to the away shirt.
Okay, right, okay. Brilliant. Right, we'll talk about the away shirt next week, of course, on this channel as well. There are plenty of other Plymouth podcasts we know you can listen to, lots of good ones as well, and we support every single person that does any content for this fabulous old club. 20 minutes if you can spare it every week, that'd be fantastic, just to listen to us on a drive to work on a Tuesday morning. You can listen to us on Spotify by typing in Where Pilgrims Walk, or of course you can wait till Tuesday at 6 to listen to Chris and Rhys, and of course Jane, who's on holiday this week, on their thoughts of this of the Green Army. Right, good luck against Leyton Orient. I might put you in my no, I can't put you in my accumulator for tomorrow, can I? That would just just okay. I'll wait and see. I might do you against Blackpool on Saturday. We'll see how things go. Right, thank you very much, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you on the other side of this double header. Good luck.